Hello, my guitar freaks. This is Peavy Wagner from Rage.
This is Markosum Rodrages from Rage, and you're watching Guitar Mania.
Peavy, Marcos, welcome
Hello.
to Vienna.
Yes.
Hello.
It's a pleasure you guys having here
Yes.
in Vienna. So, looking forward to the show. How's the tour been going?
Perfectly so far.
Absolutely amazing.
We're really happy. Everything works out like we planned it, and even better. The only bad thing is that half of the bus is ill meanwhile, and I have really some throat problems. You might hear it. But the good thing about this is that we have now 3 lead singers in the band, and we can help each other out.
Yeah.
So you won't notice it.
You will notice. True.
Excellent.
Although we're
excellent.
coughing and like.
No, the coughing and but
So,
hey,
it's almost a month that you, Marcus, started playing with Rage live. So
yes, it's been a month already since. Well, actually, the
Yeah.
real first gig, it was I would say my birthday in January this year. It wasn't a first gig. It was just a jam.
It was a jam,
It
yeah.
was a jam. It was a jam.
But actually, this day was the birth of our lineup.
yeah, that was a birth
It
of
wasn't
this.
planned before, like, really, but on this day we realized we really sound pretty good together.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay.
But the experience has been so far. I mean, just play next to your hero is like, what? You know?
Marcus, how long did it take you like to learn the stuff and then to get ready for the stage? And
Well, not too long really, because I've been playing on my own songs from Rage since I was 16 years old. So I'm a huge fan since.
He knew everything already.
You're kidding, really? So
No,
you
no.
went to the rehearsal
thing-
room and you
yes,
know
the
you
thing
know the
is,
stuff
We
already?
don't.
If we mention whatever title, he's just coming up. Oh yeah,
It's like this.
blah, 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 blah. He shows me how to play my shit. You know?
Kidding?
No, it's true. Really? You know, sometimes it's like, I think it's like that, and it's like, no, but I think you. Oh yeah, it's like that. It's true. It's true. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, when I was younger, I used to play a lot of Metallica and Maiden and Rage. I became a Rage freak fan. I collect everything from Rage and stuff, and I learned the songs. I mean,
Like you listen to it and you transcribe them just
Sorry.
from no worries.
yes, exactly.
What you have to know is he's really a talent, and he hears something and he knows directly how it's going to be played. And also with other bands, so he really has a very extraordinary hearing, I would say.
Yeah,
So
well,
very much.
that's a
talented
gift.
guy.
Wow, cool. That's amazing. I mean,
He does the same with all the Dream Theater stuff. He's playing all the albums from bottom to top, and the other way around. Like this. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it is kind of. I mean, it's like a ear training, you know. Within years, I mean, I've been also a big school for me was like the last 10 years I've been playing in Tenerife every night. I mean, every show 2-3 hours playing every night, and I did it for 10 years in Tenerife. And believe it or not, you know, playing every day, bunch of songs and improvising a lot. You know, that's develop your ear, develop your musical skills, and
so for 10 years you did that.
for 10 years, 6 days a week. You can tell it really fast, but it took a long time.
So
But-
what sort of music did you play then?
well, believe it or not, I had a band in Tenerife, and we play a lot of metal stuff. I mean, we play from hard rock to classic rock to metal stuff. I mean, stuff from B.B. King until Pantera. I mean, all that in a restaurant for tourists.
You're kidding.
Yeah, no, it's true. Actually, there's bunch of videos in YouTube. It's called Sound Chaser. That's the name of the band. Sound Chaser in Tenerife, live, whatever. We play since 2004 until 2013 or so. 2001, 2013 or so.
Excellent. Peavy, I understand you guys have just released a new CD box that's called the Refugee Years. Can you introduce us to that, please?
Yeah.
Ich habe da mal was vorbereitet. Bling. That's how it looks like. Actually, this is all the material that was ever recorded by this classic Rage lineup of me, Chris Estimeades, and Manny Schmidt from 1988 till 93 or 94.
1993.
So everything, and it's not only the 5 official albums we did back in this time, it's also has 5 extra CDs plus 1 DVD with all kinds of unreleased stuff, so far unreleased stuff like demos, that live material, and there's also one new recorded live CD with that we played last year. You know, maybe you heard about it. I work again with those two guys, besides of Rage, under the name of Refuge. This was the title of one of the well-known songs from this era, and we decided to bring everything out concerning this lineup in one box. You know, it's a.
And you did the mastering
nice
of
Yeah, I work on it. You know, I also have the studio, my own studio, and Peavy told me, like, well, let's keep it in the family, and so instead of going to somewhere else to remaster whatever or remix or whatever, we keep it in the family. And I did not just the remaster of the entire box, but we're remastering pretty much every on the whole catalog of
the thing
Rage.
is, this year we luckily managed to get back the rights of all the old Rage back catalog material, and so all the old albums that were not available since long years will be coming out in the future now, in the nearer future, piece by piece or so. It's not all at the same time. This would be really too much. The band has out 22 albums. Like we just recorded the 23rd.
The 23rd, yeah.
So I got back the rights of, I don't know, 20 of them.
20 of them, yeah.
Around this. So this was the first release now. This box with the whole thing from this lineup, and also Black in Mind. They're on Black in Mind, which is has its 20 years anniversary now this year, and we're touring with this material right now. So we pre-wound this and also put it out already. It's already available, and all the rest will come out sooner or later from next year on. And with all, of course, in a luxury edition, with a bonus CD with leftover material, demos, whatever stuff, new mixes. So it's going to be interesting for the collectors, for the fans of the band, especially as most of the material hasn't been available for ages.
Yeah.
And you guys have also started, like you just mentioned it, recording the songs for the new album,
Yeah,
I understand.
that's right.
So can you tell us a bit about how far that has advanced?
Done, yeah. Well, should I speak?
Yeah, look, okay.
Okay.
Speak a little bit.
Okay. The album is already recorded. You know,
It's done,
it's
really?
Done.
Oh, okay,
the album
wow.
is done, and now we are in the mixing process. You know, we have an excellent mixer, excellent engineer, which is Dan Svana from the band Nightingale and Age of Sanity, really well known in the scene, especially in the death metal scene.
Godfather of Swedish.
It's the godfather of Swedish death metal, bloodbath and stuff. He is another of my heroes. So to work with Dan was extremely nice, extremely cool. And the album is already done. It will be released at some point early next year. We haven't decided still the title of the album yet. It's there in the game, it's in the table. We're still talking with the label and stuff like that. But the album is pretty awesome. I mean, now I'm gonna talk as a Rage fan. As a Rage fan, I can tell you what is really Rage.
He brought me back to be a fan. I really like this album. It's one of the best shit that we have ever done.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, it is. It has the spirit of this raw, thrashy, missing part of Rage for the last years.
And how did you guys go about writing for the new song? How
that
did
was
that work?
really easy.
This was
It was really natural.
Very funny part.
That's the funny part. Go on, tell me.
Yeah, of course, we each of us had already a couple of loose ideas before, and then we just when we met one of the first times in your studio, he has a little studio in Belgium, and basically we met for. We just wanted to talk a little bit about the future. It was pretty loose, and he came up like, "I have prepared something here, you know. Maybe you want to hear it or so, you know." And I remember the meeting before, 2 weeks before, we met at Lucky's house, as a drummer's house, and I played some shit on acoustic guitar, you know, and he recorded it with his mobile phone. I just didn't really realize, he just recorded it. And I played the stuff and sang a little bit to this, you know. And then
The
2
week
weeks later
after.
we met in his house. I prepared something, maybe you would like to listen to it. I heard it, it was my song, it was perfectly done, you know.
It was a song with arrangements and everything.
He just had it from the mobile phone, and he really did a fantastic version from this already. It was exactly like I had it in my head.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you had anticipated, and then
like I wanted the song to be, you know.
Exactly.
Perfectly. So we just did right away. That we did the second one. You know?
Yeah,
Right
the same
away,
night. The same night we started
yeah.
to do the second one. Yeah.
It was really like with throwing balls to each other. I just sat down 5 minutes, wrote the lyrics. It was just there, you know.
It was
like,
magic.
okay.
It was magic.
Like it was standing somewhere in the air and just had to write it down, okay? Like this. And it went on like this. Next time we met, we did like 7 songs in a row.
Unbelievable.
7 songs in a
It
row.
was like making sandwiches, you know,
Like,
unbelievable.
done,
And
next one.
Really fantastic,
Like
you know. They are really rough. They have this.
But you guys recorded that then in your studio in Belgium, or
Part of it.
We did the
Part of it.
pre-production.
Pre-production,
and part of the production later also in the studio. But it was really nice because, like I said, I've been studying Rage. Actually, the name of the band is Sound Chaser, so I really do love Rage, and I know how Peavy writes, and it's really untypical heavy metal bands. You know, it's not like the same E, C, D, E, C, D, and we are metal, and that's it. It's completely different. It's everything is minor and dark and super deep, and I know this. So knowing how Peavy writes songs and have these ideas, and it sometimes we get confused. It's like, is this riff yours or mine? I think it's yours. No. I think it's yours. No. I think it's mine. But then we say, no, this is mine. This is yours. Actually, the entire album is Wagner Rodriguez. Everything we did it together.
We just realized we cannot sort it out anymore which was from who. So we just said, okay, we're gonna do it like Lennon, McCartney, everything Wagner Rodriguez.
Exactly.
Cool.
Excellent. I think that's great. I mean, if you got the positive energy going, I think that's so important.
So we decided for everything we do in the future, it's gonna be Wagner Rodriguez. Sure. Whoever did what, you know.
It doesn't matter.
How many of the new songs will we hearing live tonight?
Of the new song? No.
Nothing.
No, come on.
It's copyright control right now.
Okay. Let us turn a bit to the equipment that you guys use. Peavy, I understand you've got a new angle stack,
yes,
bass.
I'm playing the new angle bass stack among 3 or 4 other guys so far. I don't know. It's not very common so far. Not most of the, for example, all these rental equipment companies, they don't have it so far. But tonight we're here with our own stuff. So I'll play tonight here with my own material. It's really a nice thing. It's you have 2 channels. You have one channel with transistor, which I don't use, and I'm using the tube channel. The tube Pro.
You can bridge them.
This is
Wow.
the first amp that is not from Ampeg that reaches a kind of sound quality like the Ampegs, you know. This was all the years my favorite amp, the Ampeg, and this one was the first one that convinced me to change.
And you used that on the record as well?
Yes, I used it on the record as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Marco?
Oh, I'm also happily in the Angle family. Well, Angle is a brand that I've been love since I know them, and it's really heavy stuff. And I'm using the Powerball 2, which is for Rage and for metal. So for what we do, it is perfect. And I have it. I have that head as a master, and then as a slave. I'm using like an effective return. I use an iron ball, which is another gray head, and I use two. Let me see, for 12. Yeah, I use 2 of them in a stereo. All this controlled by the fantastic Line 6 Helix, the new Helix, which is out, and I control the amps. I use just the amp sound. I use the Helix just to foot switch them and effects and delays and stuff like that. And it's fantastic. I mean,
and this is also what you use.
This is like an amp in the amp. In the studio, I use absolutely just Angle pure tone. Right. I actually all the effects and all that comes later on the Pro Tools and stuff, but just the pure Angle sound is what I use. Nothing else. Not even just the noise gate. Even the noise gate from the amp. And then I'm using as guitars. I'm using ESP guitars. I'm happily also endorsed by ESP, and they have absolutely killer new standard material, which is the line E2, which used to be the ESP standard, and now they call it E2.
We saw them in Frankfurt at the music fair.
And they're absolutely fantastic. I'm using 3 of them. I'm using the Arrow, which is like shaped like a V shape. I'm using the Horizon 3. It's all made in Japan. The Horizon 3, which is I call Snarky. The Snarky guitar, because the Snarky Pop is a band that I love. And I used kind of the clips, you know, the clips kind of Les Paul shape and the three of them are really killer sound. And I'm in love of my equipment right now, in love. And it's really good. We also, both of us, we use strings from here, from Vienna, the Thomas Dickfeld, Thomas Dick, which is
Thomas Dickfeld.
Thomas Dickfeld, yes. Get the pronunciation right.
Yeah, Thomas Dickfeld.
No, but they're great because they also like have jazz artists, and George Benson, I think. Is,
and George Benson stuff
yeah.
like that. Those strings are...
These strings are totally different from anything else you can get on the market.
Yeah. Okay.
This is really
It's
true.
really cool
It's not only a saying or so. This is really. When you check it out, you will not. You wouldn't
No
believe
regrets. I mean, when you try it, then you're not turning back. I play with all the strings, and after a gig, I was like, what? No, when I get the Thomas Dickfeld 3 or gigs, in a row like new, I was like, no, this is unbelievable. And the sound, the mid sounds are delicious.
Marcos, I actually like we're a blog and YouTube channel for musicians, and knowing that you're such a gifted sort of, and you're so good at transcribing music and stuff. Do you have any tips for young musicians how they could go, or how did you approach like transcribing music? Did you have like a tape recorder and you slowed down the music, or is there any recommendation that you have how to transcribe music and learn music?
Well, to transcribe music, everything I've done, I did by ear. I mean, everything I done is by ear. But the way to, for instance, I don't know how I do it. I just listen to the song and think, okay, this is pretty much how it goes, and then I start to sit down and listen a lot and spend a lot of time listening to music. And if I want to slow it down, normally you use Pro Tools or stuff like that, or any program. There's thousands of programs that do that.
Sorry, but when you started,
When it started,
there wasn't Pro Tools
No.
available.
No.
How did you?
When it started, I used to get photocopies of these books, from let's say Metallica and Justice for All, and it was a transcription, and to get it out, and I'm gonna play and Justice for All, man, that's pretty cool. But then most of the stuff was by ear. I mean, ear. There was no YouTube. There was just the videotapes from Paul Gilbert and Frank Gambale. It's like that's all I had, and I learned to play house scales and practice. Actually, my first songs that I played on guitar was Nothing Else Matters from Metallica. Because why? Because I didn't know to use this hand, so I just dun, 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 just like this. And my mom gets sick of it. It's like, okay, I have to give you something else because I'm sick of listening to the same fucking song all the time. So and after that, I started to listen to Metallica and Maiden and blah blah blah, and just listen to the tape just a little bit. Stop. And listening.
Excellent.
No YouTube, nothing back then.
Yeah, back then the times were a bit different.
Different. You have to be a man and show the power of the guitar without it's like this.
Peavy, one last message for your fans.
I can truly say whoever was bored of the releases in the last years of Rage or of the endless Whitley Dream Theater wannabe live shows, the band is back with what we were in the 90s. So just check it out and you will like it again.
Yes. Insane.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Marcos,
all
the best.
Man. Thank you.
All the best, Peavy.
Thank you.
Thanks. And yeah, looking forward to the show.
Yay!
We're enjoying our time already, so
yeah.
this is,
Cool.
whatever happens, we're gonna have a good time anyway.
Okay.